Mr. KDX. I mean, you got all these acronyms attached to you, but when did the Mr. KDX thing kind of come into play? Who came up with that?
I don't know where a lot of this stuff comes from. I don't.
Wikipedia, I think.
Wikipedia.
Yeah. But you,
where I'm going this weekend, they call me the ice god because I don't know why. I just, I've been doing ice so long. It's I lay out about a 6.5 to 7.5 mile track on the ice, and so far they've got over 120 entries already for this 3-hour ice race for this weekend. So, wow, that's not even the walk-ups yet. So
is that up your?
Be a pretty good event.
Is that up your way somewhere?
Event. Yeah, it's just north of Milwaukee.
Okay,
it's about 3 hours from where I live and stuff. So,
because you've done when I think of what you've done and still do, I think a lot of comparisons to like a Ryan Sipes. Now I know more Ryan is more motocross, but you do the vintage motocross down at Mid Ohio, or did before COVID, and then you do the ice racing. You've done enduros, trials, and you seem to have a knack of basically winning everything at all disciplines. I mean, what do you contribute to that? I mean, is it just your fierceness of being on the bike? Is it a desire thing, a technique thing, or just you have the knack to get on a bike and wherever you're racing, you can pretty much do well at?
It's adapt. It's adapt. I mean, you got to adapt to whatever you're going to be doing. I mean, I rode a hill climb. I went through a hill climb, years and years ago back on a trials bike. It's like, these guys are going about this hill stuff all the wrong way. They just attack it at full speed and flip over backwards. It's like, that's going to hurt. So I went to a hill climb and with a trials bike, and I just rode the bike over the top. It was a 125 Honda, just rode right over the top. It's just like, it's just a hill. You know what I mean? It was like a 500 was the next smallest bike, that made it over the top of the hill, but everybody was flipping over backwards. It's like, you got to pick a line, it's pretty, I thought it was pretty easy. Nowadays, the hill climbs are just like a drag race up a hill with some bumps in them. It looks like, everybody looks like they pretty much make it over the top, but
right.
Back then it was just a hill, that they hoped you did make it over the top.
You guys have is it Cahokia Creek? Isn't there a hill climb there?
Yeah, there's a real famous hill climb down there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because there was District 17 and 15 enduros there for a while, and I think they did a District 14 enduro there. I remember racing there.
Yeah, they still do the District 17 enduro there. Do they? They got to be up to 60, 65 by now.
Wow, that's a long time. And you're part of the Grand Kank. How do I say that, Jeff?
Yeah, Grand Kankakee Trail Riders.
Yeah, say that 5 times fast. I can't even say it once fast or normal speed.
Right.
But you're part of that club, and you guys do the first generally annual enduro of the year, District 14 over in Roselawn, Indiana. That's one of my favorite enduros, for sure. I used to love riding through that house. Remember the house on the field just to the north of the property there? But
yep. There's a lot of people that didn't like going through that house.
No, really?
Yeah, they didn't like that house at all.
I don't know. I just thought it was like you're riding down the trail and all of a sudden you got to go through a house.
Right through the front door and out the back, huh?
Now, I did not stop and make a sandwich or get a hot cup of coffee or something, but I kind of barrel.
Great checkpoint.
It was.
The kitchen would be the checkpoint.
Well, remember, Jeff, sometimes they would put the check on either side of the house.
A checkpoint. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The end check was right after the house, so you're, I don't know how many times you see guys wipe out in front of you in the kitchen, and,
you can't do nothing about it.